Happy Sunday, everybody.
Yep.
Don's checking on our ant farm. Yep. I had to have him put a bait in this pot because that dirt looks like that because the ants are excavating.
Yes.
And getting my good dirt out on the ground. And
yeah, that $20 a bag dirt.
It's not quite that bad, and I didn't put any new in there this year, but anyway, we need to get the ants out of there. That's dangerous for me.
Yeah, well,
and probably not good for my tree.
Well, those have worked well to take care of the ones we had in the house, and so they were in it yesterday. It takes a while because this is the thing they feed to the, they go back and feed to the queen, and eventually it kills her, and then the thing dies. So it takes several days before they're going to disappear.
Right, but you can imagine with my trouble with ants that I don't need that there. So you can see the little orange clear bait trap thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hope they're in the house. We had some black ants come in this spring, and I'd say within 2 days they were handled pretty good. Yeah, so it take 2-3 days if you don't see it was aw. He loves you.
Oh, yeah. Probably never mind. He's wanting to share with me.
He was rubbing his scent on your leg, but it's not perceptible to humans. Go get your paper, hopefully. Don hasn't had a paper. We didn't have one yesterday because Saturday hadn't had one in a couple days, and I'm more optimistic that he delivered the Sunday paper.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday they don't deliver anyway, and so now Sunday we'll hopefully.
Yeah, I need to call. Good morning, Morris. Hi. Always make an effort to come over and this is Marty, and pet him. Make sure he gets human contact. He's doing so much better. Hey, Mart. Mart and Stripe were in the house for a little snack. But I don't put dry chow down in there, and Marty definitely wants dry chow. So Don opened up the blind on the bedroom window this morning, and I was brushing my teeth, and it's a nice Sunday. Sunny, got time to stop and smell the flowers. So I looked out the window at my beautiful azalea, expecting to see all of these really great orange blossoms out here this morning, and the deer came by last night and ate nearly all of the flowers. You know, that's just really sad. Don said if he'd had any idea that they were going to do that, obviously he would have put a tomato cage or a fence or something around it to protect it. We didn't know. I don't know. That was just very disappointing this morning. I don't think it was obviously not going to kill the plant, but it's ruined the blossoms for this year. So, quite sad. One of my fountains stopped overnight, and poor Don, he's gone to replace the hose and see if we can't get it restarted. The hose was so stiff, we couldn't get it hooked back up. I took it apart and cleaned it, and I would have had it all by myself, but it needs hose. Hi, bud. Good morning. How's Mr. Man doing today? Hi, bud. Did you get chicken? We had plenty of chicken this morning. Hi, buddy. Hey, bud. So you guys want a good laugh? I accidentally unplugged it. I thought I just unplugged the doghouse heating pad, the one underneath Tuck's. Yeah. And unfortunately there were 2 heating pads and the power over here. It should have been a clue last night that my camera was offline. But that wasn't enough of a clue either. No, it wasn't. The hose, it needed to be replaced anyway, right?
That hose that's on there now is nice and flexible. And
I won't have any trouble with it this summer. And thank goodness that's on full speed. This is a little tiny pump, but it's plenty for this, and it's all, the water's all refreshed and cleaned, and we're good. But I didn't mean to create a fountain emergency. Simply, is it plugged in?
Yeah, well, after I got it all back together and it didn't work, I said, well, you know, let me see if it's plugged in.
It is flowing better. It wasn't flowing good before I unplugged it. It wasn't flowing good either. So
yeah, it's kicking butt.
But then when the service people ask you, "Are you sure it's plugged in?" I set poor Don up. I would have swore it was. Well, it was plugged in up there inside the cat hotel. It's just that it wasn't plugged in over here. Thank you for being so patient, buddy. Honest, I would give you a turn first if those other boys wouldn't just decide to come and try to take your food because I didn't feed them first. I would. It's going to be around 80 today like yesterday, so a little warmer. I think tomorrow too, and then it drops down a little bit again. Donna and I were saying that if we don't get some rain tonight, which it's in the forecast to Monday and Tuesday, we'll have to water some stuff. It's just starting to be dried out from all that rain we had last weekend. Mr. Bluebird is up there in the tree chirtling. I saw him in the box out the bathroom window this morning, so I know the babies are still in the box. And I see the babies. Right before they fledge, they'll be putting their head in the hole. Okay, I don't currently see them, but he's been in and out feeding them a lot, so they're not desperate. There he was. Hey, bud. I'll go back inside and let you finish tending to your babies. I know you not used to me, don't like me out here. I don't blame you. Do have to bring Panther fresh water, though. Are you ready for me, baby girl? You are. Come on, hop back up. I mean, you're welcome to go out there, but you and Big Boy just don't get along. You and Midnight. He hisses at you every time he sees you. It's not good. Good morning. Good morning. So when I walked down the steps this morning to water stuff down here, gallon jug of water, I heard bird noise, and it was definitely coming from that decorative birdhouse. And I started up the steps and saw up in the tree that it was a black-cap chickadee. So we have 2 black-cap chickadee nests within, 20 feet either side of the house. I thought maybe if I came down here we'd see the bird go in the box, but without setting up the tripod or waiting the bird out, I guess not right now. But in the morning where my flowers got 8, I thought you'd be happy to know that there was some joy in discovering another bird's nest in the yard. You can hear the babies. When the parent comes over, they get really loud. Don and I went to the food line and dropped off a red box. He had run out last night to get us a movie. It was one we wanted to watch, and I'm glad we watched it. It's not one we'll recommend to you guys as a general watch. So we're going to just walk our normal walk today. It's 11:30, and we were asked to come to a neighbor's house for a quote-unquote HOA meeting at 1 p.m. And Dawn and I are going to go, and we're just sitting here chatting. I think Dawn and I are in complete agreement. If they want $20 to fix up the neighborhood sign that needs to be repainted and could use some flowers and some mulch, we're all about contributing to that, no problem whatsoever. But I think the lady, first off, we don't have an HOA. We may or may not have covenants, but no body to enforce them. These county area communities, like when I moved in over in Willow Springs, that neighborhood, I signed covenants that we wouldn't put one of those large satellite dishes in the front yard. We wouldn't put fences above 4 feet beyond the center of the house. Like the backyard could have 6 or 8 feet, but the front yard could only have 4 feet. We wouldn't have more than 2 dogs. I broke that one. And I did eventually put a small satellite dish in the front yard because of all the trees, but not the big. You know, they were worried about the 15-foot, 20-foot, the old, really big dishes. Anyway, but there was nobody to enforce it. And basically, you check with the people on both sides with you. Is this, can you deal with this? Everybody's cool. You cared about your neighbor. You didn't do stupid stuff. And everybody kind of got along. And so she thinks our neighborhood has covenants. Dawn doesn't remember signing any when we moved in. And by the way, they're not upset with us. We have this little tiny piece of property at the street that we, you know, between us and the guy that mows next door, we keep it up down there. One of the issues is some working guys in the neighborhood have 4 dump trucks parked in their yard, and you've heard me talk about the water they lay down on the ground, and being irritated about it, but that doesn't mean I want to go after the poor working guy and cause him trouble with his trucks. I don't know. Apparently they're loud at 6 a.m. in the morning, and there's a bunch of them, and I don't know. Let's just not start a war, you know. I was telling Dawn, when I grew up in New Jersey, one of the guys on our street had, oh gasp, a pickup truck with a metal rack and a couple of ladders on it, because he worked every day. And the truck was only parked there at nights and weekends. All day he was gone with it, and he was working, and some people were upset about his truck. I mean, I don't know. He was working. If he'd have had someplace else to park it, I'm sure he would have. I'm a harmonizer, so causing agitation within people about stuff doesn't go good for me. And then I figure you just, you know, the grass isn't greener, and what you think you want and what you end up with are usually not the same thing, and probably, I don't know. But we're gonna go and try to be supportive, but not start a war, I guess. Did I say that okay, Donnie? Did I sum that up pretty good?
Right. I was going to mention the thing with the whiskey bottles. You know, that's to me something that, you know, is a double. You know, not only it isn't in my yard. I mean, it affects me because I pick it up, but you know, maybe someone who at the meeting knows the person who is throwing the bottles, and will basically tell them to stick the bottles up there, you know what, and well, it would also, won't be on the street anymore. It
would also be nice if the family that has the property at the street, which is not the part of the property that they typically pass because it doesn't affect their driveway or getting in and out of their yard, if they would go over there every couple of weeks and, you know, pick up the trash in their own yard. I don't, you know, but you know, Dawn's going to be continuing to pick up the bottles. That's just the way it's going to be, I'm sure. If we want them picked up, we're going to be picking them up, but.
Yeah. They're not going to, the truck.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of like 5 things I would love to change about the neighborhood, but it's just not worth it. I figure you do you and set a good example, and hopefully others will follow. And I don't know, to get somebody to make change happen, people then they retaliate and they do not nice things, and you get unintended consequences, and I don't know, we just all need to get along. So this meeting is a little stressful to me, but we'll go this one time and see. We'll try to, you know, do the right thing here and go this one time. And go back, and as long as it's not going to be a hostile thing. We found the trash bag, and then we filled it coming down the hill. It's just a little sad. And they're not complaining about the dump trucks across the street or the tractor trailers at that location. The ones that we were talking about literally are parked in front of a house in our neighborhood, but not on the side where we live, which doesn't mean we don't care or whatever, but yeah.
Well, it has a little bit to do with this guy over here. He's got a big open flat lot. And yeah, I guess
it's not a neighborhood lot.
Not a neighborhood. Maybe if, you know, when they put 4 or 5 houses over here, these people will start complaining. But I don't know. That's different. But this lot that they're talking about is just your normal homeowner lot. It's not. We have an unusually large lot, but most lots are less than a half an acre. They're your standard size lots. Well, they're putting 4 dump trucks on it. Parking 4 dump trucks in the yard, and it's basically, you know, there's no grass, it's just dirt and dump trucks, and then the house. I sort of feel for it.
I'm not working at the church lot today.
Yeah, Sunday. Don't work on Sunday.
No, it's pretty empty out here today, even though it's a nice day. I mean, don't misunderstand, we've seen a few people, but not a lot. Not even on the playground this morning. The amount of trash today is not good. We just grumble amongst ourselves about how the kids get to come and play, and None of the adults out here, parents or coaches or town people, make them clean up after themselves. And it's sad. Well, I'm thankful for you walking with me, and I'm thankful for this pretty day and the time to walk and, you know, try to take care of ourselves.
It's a lot easier without that vest.
Right, I am feeling 90%, 95% normal today, but I felt like it being near 80 and the weight of the vest might make the walk a little too strenuous for me today. So I told Don we were taking a day off from the weight vest.
That's right. I was all for it.
We're going to exit here after our second lap because we were looking at where the meeting is being held, and we decided we're walking there from our house, and we don't need another lap today.
Yeah, that'll get us our lap back.
Yeah, Don wants to stop and pick up the liquor bottles that are in the ditch between here and that person's house so he can show up with the bag of trash. That's on his agenda. So I said, well, we can walk a little less then. He didn't tell me about the plan to walk before we did our walk, though. But we had to go out to take the red box back. White Model 3 pulling in. We're running a little late to do what we wanted to do, so Don's going to run up to Jules, take Jules to the house, grab the baggies for trash that he wanted, and start walking toward the meeting. And I'm going to walk to the end of the trail and then walk up the hill. I have the trash bag we found, so I can pick up whatever I see on the road, catch up with him. Don and I did go to the neighborhood meeting. It lasted about 2 hours. It was about what we expected, sort of frustrating, not that great. I don't know what else to say about it. If they want help with the neighborhood sign, we want to help. If a neighbor's in need, they can reach out, we'll help. I don't think they're going to be very successful in getting agreement on covenants or homeowners, and I would say that everyone there kind of had their pet peeve, and some of them overlapped or weren't overlapping, and it was just kind of a mess, and that's all I want to say about it. But obviously, if they reach out to us for help with reasonable things, we would be interested and happy to help. So we'll just leave it there. We came home and had something to eat and crashed on the couch for a little bit, took a nap, and Johnny's due home in about an hour. I'm going to dump my Lego parts from Guardian Angel the other day that were in that bag and pull out the puppy dog and see what all's in there, and just, you know, spend about an hour on that. I think I can do pretty good there. Kind of interested to see what I got and check it out. So here's the bag. I kind of cut it open. It looks like a bunch of Friends kits, which means newish parts, which is, you know, good from my perspective. This is an Easter egg. I know about this kit. I'm guessing this goes with the doggies. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to try to keep together versus split up. I do see a boat there, and it looks like the boat goes with this Frozen 2 set. So generally, I like to keep stuff together and salvage it. It's kind of fun to get it all back going, but not always. And here's the bunny rabbit. His head is off. Let's see, bunny rabbit. You probably remember I built this year. I'm guessing this is the base for the bunny rabbit, probably. Here's one of the doggies, and I know that there was a part for his leg or something that had fallen off. There's 2 of them. These are brick heads. I'm guessing they're a little and a big one. I will certainly try to put them back together. I suspected all of the dogs, the Dalmatian dog puppy parts were there, and I pulled up the instructions. Every Lego of recent history, I won't want to say every, but recent history, last 20 years, is on the internet, and you can pull it up. They're free, and you can put these things back together, and they're very cute, and I'm going to go sit them by my kitty cats that are over on my pie table. Well, apparently this kit, which is Lego 41691, a Friends kit, doggy daycare, was in this bin, and I've seen all of these parts, and that's going to be pretty trivial to put back together. So I'll certainly be building that to put on the pie table with all the rest of my pets for this month or so's theme. I didn't time myself, but I'm done. I had to go pull 5 parts out of my bin. 2 of them were dog bones. And these gold steps, I swear I saw the steps here and I can't find them now. So they'll show back up, but I just don't know where they are. Anyway, it's just as cute as can be, and it's all put back together. Something about saving these from being a bunch of parts in a bin appeals to me. I can't explain it, but isn't that just totally cute? We're having steaks. I'm getting ready to marinate some stew beef in teriyaki sauce to make shish kebabs later in the week. And I figure there's about 3 sets left to put back together. But that's for tomorrow, right?
Right.
Donnie's going through his Amazon subscribe and save. And
That's right.
yeah, they didn't send his Rubio's tea.
And I'm out of it now.
Boo.
Boo-hoo. I drank the last glass of it.